Okay, everyone shut up. Okay, here we go. It's like a Warbringers type.
Surrender is the strand that guides our destiny, known only by true sacrifice. In our kingdom of Azkahet, no one understood this sacrifice more than Queen Neferis, my mother.
Oh.
I saw this when the Black Empire came to conscript us for their last stand at Nylofa. My mother refused them.
Interesting.
For this treachery, your line will sever itself. This kingdom will wither with the waning of your worth.
Dude, that's badass.
Strength defined us that day. And in that moment, we felt destined for greatness.
They defied the
In
Black
years
Empire.
that followed, our greatness was tarnished.
Very Queen Ashara look right there.
Wretched, starving.
I am not immune to our people's suffering. I believe better days will come.
Not if you keep failing to seize the moment.
Interesting.
What was the point of you freeing our future, only to leave us buried in the past?
Why is that so loud? What the fuck? I'm gonna have to turn that shit down. What the fuck? Yo, thanks for being a sponsor on YouTube, bro. What the fuck? What does that even mean? A sponsor? What does that even mean? Is that a membership? I don't know what that means. Anyway, one thing I noticed, this chick has green gems and this one has blue. And I just think gem color is important, so I'm just paying
You
attention.
comprehend so little. There is much for you to learn before you can be queen.
Mother! Mother!
Time is not flowing.
Are you seeing this?
Why is time not moving?
You have heard my voice in your dreams.
Oh,
great
boy.
Queen.
Whoa. Oh, shit.
Harbinger.
Oh, shit.
Of the empire that was. But the old gods are dead. The empire lies in ashes. And a shadow has fallen on your kingdom. But the blood of the old gods can make your people powerful again.
Holy fuck,
Your
dude.
reign could last for eternity. All you have to do is take my hand.
She's got the blue gems on her, too.
Your words are tempting, but the cost is too great. I would never risk my kingdom for such power.
Mother, who are you talking to?
Ghosts, dearest. As always, they are my ready counsel.
What the fuck?
I'm not sorry for what I said. I only want our people to be great once more.
Greatness is fleeting. What we must do now is endure. Your time will come, child, but only when you are ready.
Yeah. Had a feeling that was gonna happen.
You're not the only one seeing ghosts, Mother.
How sad to have a queen so wise and yet so ignorant
She's so cool, dude.
of destiny.
She's so freaky.
Her name is Xalatath. You had your chance, Mother. With this power, Azkahet light is unbound.
Daughter usurps the throne.
We will rise. We will conquer. And together, we will finally claim our destiny.
Long live Queen Anzarak.
Yo, holy fuck. Succeeding you, mother. That's what I was thinking, bro. Except the darkness behind this act is way cooler than the fucking jailer. Okay, bro. Gotta watch it again. She's crazy sick, dude. She's so creepy, bro.
Slender is the strand that guides our destiny, known only by true sacrifice.
True sacrifice is an interesting concept there.
In our kingdom of Aj-Kahet, no one understood this sacrifice more than Queen Neferes.
Neferes, by the way, bro. I can't, like, that makes me think of Neferset. Neferset. There's no way that the Tol'vir and the Nerubians were always separate. There's no way. They share too many naming schemes and they share too many building similarities, and there's no way. I mean, Ajakir was a Tol'virian sorcerer. Like, Ajakir, the Tol'vir were with them, bro. And her name, just like Neferes, is like so fucking Egyptian, I can't ignore it. Nefertiti. You can see Ansarak facial features change after teaming up with Zal.
My mother.
It's also interesting because you go from quadrupedal Nerubians here, her legion behind her, and then you compare that to her daughter, and they're obviously all bipedal. They're more, I guess they're more evolved. So they're more humanoid, and it's implied that the blood of the old gods is what makes them more humanoid, I think. So...
MFW at 409
My
when
mother.
you open a box of nuggies and you have one extra.
So they're more orderly, right? It feels like the old god blood is fucking ordering them. Yeah. Yeah. I think that this situation here with the mother with the green crystals and shit, the one who understands, like, what it is to be a wise ruler and stuff, being overthrown by her power-hungry daughter, I feel like that's a fractal for sure, bro. That's a fractal for something else that happened. I'm pretty sure. I don't know about ordered. No, you can think whatever you want. When things go
Why
from more
are all the
bestial to
crystals
bipedal and
different
humanoid, they're
colours,
typically
even
being
on the
ordered.
buildings?
Why are all the crystals what? Why are all the crystals different colors, even on the buildings? Perhaps, I mean, different crystals symbolize different powers and different things. You'd have to think about what the color of the crystal symbolizes. What is typically associated with green? Nature and or fel, right? And what's typically associated with blue? Maybe arcane and or order. Huh?
I saw this when the black
What's associated with red? You know, often anger and or strength, fire, right? Like there's common associations. Green, also greed, could be envy. You know, there's lots of like all that stuff is relevant when looking at gems and stuff like that.
Empire.
Interesting, he used the word waning.
Neferes. My mother. I saw this when the Black Empire came to conscript us for their last stand at Nyalotha.
I don't know how to feel about this line. This is the one that I'm like, what? I don't know if I fully understand. It's BFA it's talking about, yes, but no way it's BFA? You think that this is... How long ago did this happen? How long has Queen Ansarak been ruling? It's got to be BFA, right? Someone said this takes place in 8-3. It's obviously BFA. Yeah, because we go to Nyalotha. We fight N'Zoth. Don't we fight some Nerubians or something in there? A couple or something? Or maybe we don't fight any. I don't know. But it's interesting. So obviously, the Nerubians used to serve the Black Empire. So when these Nerubians splintered off and have been doing their own thing, and then the Black Empire was like, yo, you serve us, come help us. And then she was like, no. And then the Black Empire guy, this guy was like, fuck you then, I'm real mad at you.
My mother refused them.
She said, you suck. This thing she does is fucking awesome, dude. What was it that I saw? Is it Predator who can do this? They have a fucking thing. They have a net they can throw on you, and then it like cinches itself down and just cuts you into pieces, bro. It's fucking crazy. This is sick when she does this. It's like a laser net, bro.
Your line will sever itself. This kingdom.
Your line will sever itself. Is that what he just said? Your line will sever itself. I mean, he wasn't wrong. He starts prophesizing shit, and he's, in a way, he's right. So it was almost like they gave him like one final chance to join before basically saying you're going to be dismantled from the inside. It's also interesting though because Xal'atath comes after. Am I misinterpreting this, or does this not apply that Xal'atath is separate from them? Am I a fucking idiot, or is that like a loose implication here? That's what they're implying, right? That like this guy, he came, team up with us, didn't work out. Zal shows up later because what this guy's saying, he's like, you're fucked if you don't join us. Maybe he knew that Zal was going to come. And then the queen already knows the name of Xal'atath. Well, the Harbinger is what she calls her, and then Ansarek calls her Xal'atath, I think. It's interesting. I think Zal's Cosmic Void and Old Gods are separate. And I've been saying that the Old Gods are not of the Void for a very long time. Probably longer than literally anybody else. I've been that fucking freak who was like, yeah, I know Chronicle says that they're from the Void about 7,000 times, but I'm not so sure that I agree with that. And so it would be interesting to see like entities of the Void, straight up Void entities like Shadowguard and stuff.
How's it going?
Fight things like the Old Gods. Bebo, thank you, bro. Gorillion, thank you very much for the 5 as well. Ginge, thank you. Thank you guys.
Will wither with the waning of your worth.
The waning of your will. Waning like a moon, waxing, waning. With the waning of your will. Will or willpower, probably talking about just her as queen, right? So this faceless one is basically like foretelling that she's going to be assassinated. Like that, I mean, that's the way I'm reading this. Your line will sever itself. Your kingdom will wither with the waning of your will. Like that's he's telling her like, if you don't join us, you're fucked. Waning of your world. Well, it says will right there, so I kind of think that that's not right.
Her strength defined us that day.
And she's just so young when this happened. If she's so young, this can't be BFA, right? She's like a kid. Why not? Because she's too young, right? It is BFA. I know that that's what makes the most sense. She ages like 20 years. BFA was like 10 years ago. Oh, we did have the time skip with Shadowlands, didn't we? It was like another 10 years, wasn't it? So 7-8 years in game plus time skip. It makes the most sense for it to be BFA. She goes from what looks to be like a child. I guess it just depends. How long do Nerubians live for? How long do Nerubians live for? An adult's only 15 years old? Wait. Is that real? Adult 15. Middle-aged 35. Venerable is 70. They don't wait, Nerubians don't live as long as humans? They're bugs? Yeah, but they're ancient hyper intelligent bugs. You know, like, so what does that mean? Just because they're bugs? What's that mean? Bugs can live long. I know the bugs in real life typically don't have a very long lifespan, so if that's what you're relating it to, then I guess I understand that. How long does something like a Xaxxas live for? That's not even on here. I don't even know if this page is up to date, to be honest with you. I wonder how long like a Xaxxas lives for. They gotta live. How old are the primes? Well, that's not even fair because they put themselves in amber and go into stasis for hundreds of years. That's like not even fair. Yeah, the primes are in stasis, exactly. That doesn't even count. Okay, let's go back to this. Okay, so it really should be BFA. If adulthood is 35, then give or take 10, 15 years. If she's like 15 here, then we're in the right ballpark here. This would be BFA. It makes sense. We'll go with that. We'll stick with that.
And in that moment, we felt destined for greatness. But in the years that followed...
It's interesting how the gems in the background dim right there. They go from orange and like vibrant in the color. Obviously the whole scene loses its vibrancy, but
in the years that followed, our greatness was tarnished.
And so those are just like downtrodden Nerubians then? You have like the royal guard, and then you have everyone else is probably kind of suffering. Their society is falling apart. I wonder if they suffer transformation as a result. You know how like the Draenei had like a disease that was going around that was very similar to like magic arcane withdrawals or something, and then Velen used that special Naru crystal to heal them all. Of course, everyone remembers that. That's just really obscure, hard to know lore. Yes. I just wonder if something is holding out a bowl, you know, like maybe this is like a similar to like a Suramar Arcline kind of situation where they're supping on something that's sustaining them, but I don't know. Could be the old god stuff.
Look at them out.
See them? This is interesting. So you've got the green crystal, gold trim, magenta eyes. Then on this one, you got the orange crescent moon. It's interesting how she has that headdress. And her mother's is so different. But this, I'm telling you, chat, this is some kind of fractal. This is like Eonar and Ilune or something like that. I just have a feeling that there's something. Oh, you can move captions around? What the fuck?
There. Wretched.
Also the dreadlocks? Yeah, she did have like locks, didn't she? Yeah, she does. You know what that reminds me of, bro? That reminds me of Egyptian queen? It reminds me of this. Like that. It's exactly like that. Agreed? Yeah. Yeah. That's cool. And she's got that action going on. Ancient Egyptians, bro. Nerubians, Uldum, Ajul Nerub, Ajakir. And that the Nerubians would defy the old gods. That's like insane. Because Chronicle makes it sound like the Nerubians were just like willing creations and servants of the old gods. But this is like pretty remarkable because this is like an implication that this ancient empire, which was born allegedly of the old gods, defies them. Wrath of the Lich King says they don't like old gods. I'm aware of that, which is why I'm a little confused. Were they slaves too? Were they all just slaves too? Because I always considered it would be the lesser of all the races, the little fleshy mortals or pygmy or whatever the fuck was. But I suppose they could have just all been slaves too. And if they're, that would be so if Naruto, okay, bro. Okay. My brain is breaking right now.
Wretched. Starving.
Wretched, starving. I mean, that's literally the term. Isn't that the term they use for the corrupted elves in the corrupted Sindori? Didn't they call them wretched? Titan experiments that got burrowed beneath the earth. Also notice what her headpiece is, silver. It is rather silver, isn't it? In her blue gem, if you guys go and do the Tomb of Sargeras, there are blue gems like this all over the place. All over the place. And they're shaped just like this. You know, obviously connected to Elune. Some of them have turned green as well because they've been corrupted by Fel. And so some of them are green, but there's a shitload of blue ones. Yeah, they shift to green. Yes, they do. Yeah. Yes, they do. I don't know, Bebo, but it looks like maybe the old empire wasn't that powerful after all. I think the color of her gems might be foreshadowing her connection to Zal. They're a bit more indigo in the proper lighting.
I am not immune to our people's suffering.
I am not immune to our people's suffering.
Look at them out there. Wretched. Starving.
Starving. What do they eat? And why are they starving? Do they eat the old god, bro? And they're running out of it or something? That's what I'm wondering. Why are they suffering and starving? I don't know. I don't know why. A food shortage? Duh. Doesn't sound so monolithic to me. The old god empire approached these Nerubians seemingly almost on equal footing and asked for help, got rejected, and then bodied. They look noticeably different from the lesser, lower class versions. I agree. Do you think that it is the higher court and royal family maybe has had more access to this? I mean, look at their eyes and stuff. Maybe these ones have been drinking more refined concoctions made from the old god's blood or something? But let me see here.
Not immune to our
Let's watch this more here. There's a lot that happens here.
Better days.
The Egyptians also had famine through the bugs eating their crops.
will come.
Not if you keep failing to seize the moment. What was the point of you freeing our future, only to leave us buried in the past?
You comprehend so little.
It's kind of insulting right here. Damn, you comprehend so little. There's much for you to learn before you can be queen. Damn, dude. Listen, her mom's not the... I mean, shit, bro.
Future, only to leave us buried in the past.
Freeing our future,
You comprehend so little.
only to leave us buried in the
There is
past.
much for you to learn before you can be queen.
Mother! Mother!
She just walks away from her. And so perhaps in her ignorance and her unwillingness to listen to her daughter, it kind of like self-fulfills this kind of like thing that goes on here. And you can so clearly see them here now. If these aren't Nerubians, then they are most certainly Xaxxas. And it's interesting how it pans up to this thing. And that this is what Zal comes through. Also, how this flame like time stops. Chad, I'm telling you, you don't ever want to be in the void. Time basically doesn't fucking move there. And I think that's what's being illustrated here, that when the void's presence came here, time basically stopped flowing. And like, that's horrifying. Like, you guys know in Final Fantasy 14, we've been playing, yesterday, and we went over, like how there is time dilation between the different shards. What happens in the void is that time passes immensely slowly, if at all, in the void. And so what happens is if you go in the void and you're stuck there, everything outside of it is happening way faster. The relativity is completely fucked. And so when you come out, years have passed. And for you, it felt like minutes. And while in there, you are suffering and probably going insane. So it's awful. Void, that feels counter to the void. Time slowing down feels like stasis. You'd think time would speed up. It can't speed up because the void is entropy incarnate. The void is the manifestation of perfected entropy, which means that there is no more distribution of energy. Nothing happens anymore. Time doesn't speed up. Time doesn't move. There's no progress happening in the void. Time should be nonlinear in the void. Time is almost irrelevant in the void. That's why the void is content to feast slowly. It's not in a rush because relative to everything else, it's very, very slow. It doesn't matter. So when you're in the void, you spend 10 minutes in there and fucking 5 days has passed on Azeroth, hypothetically. So that's the way that I see it, is that in the void, there is no movement. Why void? Fel would be entropy. I don't agree with that. Manifest entropy to the point of equilibrium. We're not going to get into this. This is a discussion on thermodynamics. Okay? And if I understand it correctly, that's what heat death in the universe is. All you need to do is think of the void as like heat death. I think Telogris Rift disproves that. It doesn't disprove anything. I'm not going to sit and debate this. Why do you guys think guys, is it really that hard to imagine this fucking flame stops burning? Like, the evidence is right there. That's not a fucking coincidence that they do that. Like, time stopped also when N'Zoth reached Ashar. That's why Entropius is called Entropius in Sunwell. You can hear clock sounds. Yeah, it sounds like alter time or something. Yeah.
Zarek? Are you seeing this?
You have heard my voice in your dreams, great
In your dreams, bro.
queen.
Dude, the way she crawls out of here, whoa. Yeah, we're gonna have to pause these, bro. What the fuck?
Are you seeing this?
That shot's crazy.
In your dreams, great queen.
So that's actually behind her. That's actually floating immediately behind her. So that looks like a sun or like an eclipsing sun. Very orange. Vision in a dream type shit. There's the dagger. There's the dagger. Dude, the way she crawls out right here is fucking nuts, bro. That's so crazy. Holy shit.
Seeing this?
I gotta watch this again.
You have heard my voice in your dreams, great queen.
I'm just like looking at the floating pillars and stuff in the background, just looking at the setting here. They're obviously clearly worshipping her. And she's radiant, which is weird because that's not how you would imagine Zal to look. The dagger as well, which looks like it's sitting on a piece of stone. Is this like a, what is this? Is this like a callback to when she was put in the dagger? Like, what is this? I'm like a little confused here what this is. It's the same orange as in the Ashara cinematic. I don't know. It's similar. I've seen people say that. And it reminds me, of course, of like what N'Zoth says to Ashara. Right, so there's that similarity.
This is my fault. No! 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 This was not the deal I made!
Deal. I like deal.
Who are you? Show yourself! At once!
For 1,000 years, bound beneath these waves, I have watched you. I have tasted your essence.
You.
Let go.
Kind of looks like the thing behind Zal to a degree, but
Serve me.
You? You are nothing.
Nothing. I am a god.
and this is pretty red. Yeah, so's this. It's similar. I think it's meant to invoke similar feelings. But yeah, I don't know. They're pretty similar. I mean, it's not quite the same, but the concept is the same, you know? You even have like the same like floating pillars up there, you know, kind of visually very similar. Yeah. The Zoth imagery looks a lot like the mural. Bro, the way she comes through the wall is fucking nuts, dude. She's emerging through the crystal on the wall, too. No? Interesting. It is interesting. Is she a false sun? Well, I think that could be happening on another level, but it is very interesting that she comes out of the crystal. And the portal is just, like, so blue, dude. Like, they've shifted the void aesthetic to, like, such a blue color. It's fucking wild to me, considering what I normally associate blue with, which is order. So it's so wild to me that they're going so fucking blue.
Great queen.
There's even like a little bit of turquoise green in there almost. It's fucking crazy. The way her hand comes out is so creepy, dude.
The Harbinger.
Yes. Of the empire that was. So obviously, what you would think of is the Black Empire, right? Of the empire that was. Were the Koreshi an empire? I don't know if they technically used that word ever. But we got Locust Walker talking about her. And we don't know where she came from or what she is. But we know that she had to do with what happened on Koresh. In this elven form is technically a dead body that she repurposed and reanimated. And the lady's name that we killed, wasn't it like, what was her name? Wasn't it like an epithet for the word void or darkness? Inanis or whatever? Doesn't that mean like darkness or some shit? In like Latin or something? I can't remember what it means. It means something. Also, void in Latin? Yeah, I mean, that's, yeah. Look at the worshippers. Okay. Arakoa. Those are Nerubian. What do you mean Arakoa? Are you fucking kidding me? Guys, these are not Arakoa. They have mandibles, like spiders. They're not beaks. You guys are, no. These are not Arakoa. What? It's a spider cinematic. Those are clearly goblins. Those are Tauren. That's a beak and feathers, all right. Guys, you're not paying attention. Look at these guys. So if you look at them from the side and the back, they're Arakoa all of a sudden? Like, come on. Come on. Look at those turtles. Look at all those chickens. Okay, now I believe that they're Arakoa. I'm gonna fucking...
The empire that was. But
You guys
the
are out of
old
control.
gods are dead.
So that's kind of a crazy shot. The old gods are dead. Look at big old Nazoth there. What's that? He's bleeding coom all over the place? What is that? And I like how he's sitting in lava. You see this, like, this substance leaking out of him? It almost looks like... I'm gonna say it almost looks like light or something. Like gold blood. You see that? Right next to the Arakoa? You see this giant Arakoa? You see this giant dead Arakoa bleeding this golden blood? It almost looks like piss. It almost does kind of look like azurite to a degree. Golden liquid.
God.
In Nazoth, I can't be the only one who feels this right here. Nazoth looks like it's in a big cave, doesn't he? Doesn't this look like a big subterranean cave? Maybe I could be wrong about that. It kind of looks like it's underground almost. On the right side, it's like maybe burning skies here, but like over here almost looks like a cave. I don't know. It could just be the clouds. Yeah, because Nyalotha was pretty spooky and cloudy, I think. So.
The empire.
It's also interesting how they just show one eye. And this guy only shows one eye as well. And I wonder if there's any meaning to that. If they only have one eye to see, or... Also, interesting, like, symbol on the forehead. Little triangle. I can't really make anything out of that, but...
Empire lies in ashes.
And some of the architecture behind them, I am not so sure that... Like, is that Black Empire or what? Or is that, what is that? It almost looks Titanic. It's Arakoan architecture, bro. I'm gonna fuck you up, dude. I'm gonna fuck you up, dude. It's Oribos. It looks like Dragon Tower in Northrend. Kinda, yeah, like pillar-esque type shit. There's a lot of shit buried underground that we don't know anything about. Hold on, I gotta read the dialogue. I gotta get the dialogue. Fuck.
The Harbinger.
Yes, of the empire that was. But the old gods are dead. The empire lies in ashes.
So the implication is the empire, it's the Black Empire. The harbinger of the Black Empire that lies in ashes.
And a shadow has fallen on your kingdom.
Now that's the interesting thing. A shadow has fallen on your kingdom. Because the old gods are dead? Because they needed the blood? Oh, they're running out of the blood energy potions, bro? A shadow's fallen on your kingdom. As if there wasn't one already. But that's not how they look at it from their perspective. Huh. But is the shadow Zal's doing? Or is it... I don't know. They rejected the old gods. I'm aware that the old gods came and asked them for help. Imagine if the night elves... Imagine if the night elves of Suramar rejected the night well. There's no fucking difference. You can still reject something and have the rejection of said thing be the reason for which you're no longer being sustained. Didn't they curse them for rejecting them? That is the implication, yes. But it doesn't outright say that the reason why the shadow that's fallen upon them is because we don't know the reason. So I sure hope that you're not using information that I don't have by making these assumptions, because I understand that they reject it. Yes. Does that not literally prove what I said then? That it was the rejection that's caused them to now suffer? That's the point. We don't know why their empire physically degraded, so it's unknown for now, I guess. That's kind of what I'm trying to say.
Are dead. Empire lies in ashes, and a shadow has fallen on your kingdom.
Yo.
Still would.
The Empire lies in ashes, and a shadow has fallen on your
But she's suggesting the blood of the old gods, right?
But the blood of the old gods can make your people powerful again.
Again. Can make your people powerful again. These are like gross Kaipari root looking things. I don't like that shit, bro. That's fucking weird, bro. The way it's like stitching it together like that, I don't know. That's crazy looking. So what's implied is that the shadow that's fallen upon them. What I don't know is she saying that the blood made them powerful before and it can do so again? Or is she saying that you had power before that wasn't the old god blood, but the old god blood can make you powerful again? This is like the orcs being offered demon blood. Claim your destiny. Take the blood and claim your destiny. So what's implied is that, so yeah, I really need to understand the nature of this shadow that's fallen upon their society. I just don't get it. I'm a little confused because on one hand, they reject the old gods. And then Zal is here working just overtime to try to get them to drink the blood anyway? I'm just like a little confused. What the fuck is she doing?
Now. Hope you're having a good stream so far.
Pyro, is this cinematic not a Kilrog cinematic fractal? Kilrog kills his father too to make their people stronger. It would be a fractal if they had foreseen it, sure. I mean, yes, it is part of that, yes, but I wouldn't say it's like a Kilrog fractal straight up, because the whole point was that Kilrog's father had foreseen his death at the hand of Kilrog, and Kilrog had seen the same when he sacrificed, or he didn't see the same. When he sacrificed his eye, he saw glorious death, and it was through usurping his father that the vision his father had was fulfilled. So, I mean, it's a little more specific about blood sacrifice. Zal's dealing space crack. She's creating a distraction for all the schemes within schemes. What if Ashgat was the Nerubian name for Azeroth when the entire planet was their kingdom? It wouldn't have been. The super empire that predates Azj-Kahet and Azul Nerub would have been Ajakir, which included the Tolvir. Since you mentioned Manoros blood, now would be a good time to look at those images I sent you. We will conquer. We will all be conquerors. We will finally claim our destiny. Claim your destiny. Yeah. I mean, yeah. That helps with the comparison that I'm making for sure. Yeah. It's that promise of power, but it comes with corruption. We know that. We know that. And so, man, this is pretty fucking crazy. I feel like this is implying some pretty heavy shit about the Black Empire and the Nerubians that we were not aware of. That, like, the origin of the Nerubians may not be what we think it is.
Your reign could last for eternity.
And what's fucking nuts to me is that all of these soldiers happen to have green eyes. You guys notice that? These soldiers all have subtly green eyes. Just barely green. Just barely green. It's pretty interesting to me.
Oh, you.
But why would Old God blood make them look prettier, though? Well, in my opinion, that's got to be the influence of order. And I know some people are not going to like that, but I don't really give a fuck. If you think the Titans didn't try to order the old gods like they did with everything else, then I don't really know what to say. So the possibility that inside of the old god's blood lingers some semblance of order or some type of tide manipulation would not be that mind-blowing to me. So maybe it's something to do with that? I don't know. It's not that I don't like it, I just don't get it. What do you mean you don't get it? What do you think happened to the trolls and the elves? Why do you guys think that the elves got prettier and more slender? It's not an accident. It's the influence of the magic. It's not just a coincidence that that happened. I think what is pretty for us can be not for old gods. Well, sure. Do you think Zal saying the old gods are dead confirms that she's not the fifth old god? I don't really want Zal to be a fifth old god anyway, to be honest. I think that she would serve better as like something else, you know? And I think that's what they're doing. I don't know.
Last for eternity. Oh, you
Remember, order is when two legs. I mean, a lot of the times that is correct. To see Nerubians go from quadrupedal or sextupedal, you know, polypedal, whatever the fuck you'd call it, amount of legs, 4 to 6 legs, and stand up on 2? I mean, that's pretty interesting. Faceless ones have 2 legs as well. That's an interesting point. I find, and maybe I'm wrong, I think that oftentimes as things are ordered, that's not necessarily true because elves are still pretty big. But trolls are bigger than elves. Like, ordering things, I think, often makes them a little smaller. You seen how the faceless one fell? It looked like a construct. Well, I mean, it was kind of covered by the animation, but it does look like a big old...
Oh, you have
crumbled like stone. You guys think it's made of stone?
Lothar. My mother refused them.
And this thing that it's standing on looks like it's already designed to do this spell.
For this treachery, your line will sever itself.
Yeah, so this is a curse essentially being cast upon them.
This kingdom will wither with the waning of your worth.
Yeah, you know, I can see why you guys say that. It does kind of cut him like stone, doesn't it? Arcane disintegration? Yeah, I mean, it sounds like rock falling. Do you think it's literal that this guy was literally standing there? Do you think they were talking through a statue? Or do you think that this thing's like secretly made of stone, animated stone? It sounds like stone too. It sounds a little wet to me. It's the ground breaking. I think it's just for cinematic that it falls apart like that. That's kind of what I was thinking, to avoid it being gory.
This kingdom will wither with the waning of your worth.
I don't know, that's pretty fascinating. It'd have been cool if they showed the body after.
Found us that day. And in that moment, we felt destined.
Never. Your words are tempting, but the cost is too great. I would.
rain could last.
Are those golden or green? I mean, they look more golden than green. So, in this cutscene, we see N'Zoth bleeding what looks to be almost like a yellowish, orangey blood. Okay. And then we got these guys empowered with these like golden eyes that looks slightly to me still subtly green, but we're gonna say golden. black blood of the old gods. Black blood of Xaxxas. It's black.
Could last for
Why are they gold then?
eternity.
Some of them look more green, I'm telling you. But
All you have to do.
Long time no see. This cinematic got me hyped as fuck.
purple eyes, I think, photo negative. This isn't. Oh my goodness me. Okay. These are not photo negative shots. This isn't a photo negative. That's photo negative. Please.
Could last
You're being annoying.
eternity. All you have to do is take my hand.
Your words are tempting, but the cost is too great. I would never risk my kingdom for such power.
Mother, who are you talking to?
I want to hear that sound effect right there again.
It's too great. I would never risk my kingdom for such power.
Mother,
Then you hear the flames start moving again. It's like time starts flowing again right there.
who are you talking to?
Oh, ghosts, dearest. As always, they are my ready counsel.
I'm not sorry for what I said. I only want our people to be great once more.
Greatness is fleeting. What we must do now is endure. Your time will come, child, but only when you are ready. What have you done?
They have purple blood. Interesting.
You're not the only one seeing ghosts, Mother.
How sad to have a queen so wise and yet so ignorant to the call of destiny.
Oh my god, dude. She's so cool, dude. How did we go from the fucking jailer to this guy, bro? Holy fuck. How did we get zapped? Dude, this is crazy. She's so fucking ghoulish, bro. She's like a fucking revenant. Dude, it's, I don't know. She's fucking freaky.
So sad to have a queen
Her like smile and shit, dude. She's so freaky, dude.
so wise and yet so
She's so creepy, dude.
ignorant.
I like how it like doubles up there for a second. It's the quantum state of the void, everywhere and nowhere, all at once.
So ignorant to the call of
Oh, the way her eyes, dude, she's so creepy. You know who she reminds me of, bro? FF16 Garuda. That's what I knew. It fucking reminded me of something. Because it's this bitch that she reminds me of, bro. Her creepy smile and her like glowing eyes, bro. Yeah. Yeah. She reminds me of FF16 Garuda style type shit, dude. It's so creepy, dude. Oh, it's so creepy. Her face is so creepy. She just looks like a fucking, I don't even know.
destiny.
Name.
Xalatath, bro, she represents the inevitable outcome that was designed for this fucking system by Norganon, bro. She is the manifestation of inevitability. She's like the final system regulator, dude. It's not good. She's supposed to win. She's supposed to win.
Is Xalatath. You had your chance.
Wouldn't that make her destiny or a weaver of it or a harbinger of it? Yeah. Yeah, we have some crazy theories we're going to talk about today.
Mother. With this power, Ashkahet is unbound.
Unbound.
We will rise.
Now, to be fair, in this shot, their eyes are more purplish and red. So while this is not a photo negative per se, it could be giving you false impressions of what's going on here, or it could be hinting at an underlying thing. But they look more reddish or purple here. Yeah, yes, that was like a sepia filter. So so this is one thing, and then obviously this is, the more realistic.
Unbound. We will rise.
And they start so unbound. They have a little blue action, purple action. Yeah, the blue and purple above them with the blue and purple all over and the gold, I'm not gonna lie, bro, just screams Titans to me. Like, yeah, it's way too orderly and I just don't like it. I don't like it at all. The blue and the gold and the moon and the blue and the good arcane stuff. I don't know. I don't feel good about it.
We will conquer, and together we will finally claim our destiny.
Long live Queen Xaxxas.
Yeah, that's crazy at the end right there. That's fucking nuts. What a cinematic, dude. What the fuck? No wonder you guys were like freaking out for me to watch this. Okay, one more time.
Slender is the strand that guides our destiny.
It almost looks like she's playing chess. Oh, I like that. Oh, I like that. With the queen, with her main pawn, the strong... Yo, technically the strongest piece on a chessboard is the queen. Technically the strongest piece on a fucking chessboard. That's cool to think about. Is Laura Bailey, does she voice Ansurek?
Ashkahet. No one understood.
Sure sounds like it.
More than Queen Neferis. My mother. I saw this when the Black Empire came to conscript us for their last stand at Nylofa. My mother refused them.
You'll never believe what Asmon's opinion of it was.
Your line will sever itself. This kingdom
Did he not like it?
will wither with the waning of your worth.
Her strength.
He said he liked it?
defined us that day. And
He
in
liked it,
that
his chat
moment,
didn't?
We felt destined for greatness. But in the years that followed,
They felt they had a purpose.
our greatness was tarnished. Look at them out there. Wretched, starving.
I am not immune to our people's suffering. I believe better days will come.
Not if you keep failing to seize the moment. What was the point of you freeing our future, only to leave us buried in the past?
You comprehend so little. There is much for you to learn before you can be queen.
Mother! Mother!
Ansurek? Are you seeing this?
You have heard my voice in your...
Kind of a weird thing right there, because Ansurek isn't with her, and she, like, looks over like she is? Why would she say, are you seeing? This is, like, kind of weird.
Are you seeing this?
You have heard my voice in your dreams, great queen.
She figured she'd be following her, maybe? She was just there with her talking to her. Oh, yeah, so maybe she thought she would just follow along with her, but obviously her daughter was like, that's not what was happening. This may be just, like, next to the balcony.
The Harbinger.
Yes, of the empire that was. But the old gods are dead. The empire lies in ashes. And a shadow has fallen on your kingdom. But the blood of the
Lies
old
in ashes as though they were burned away.
gods can make your people powerful again. Your reign could last for eternity. All you have to do is take my hand.
Your work.
Noble paused it on the frame where she was emerging from the wall and it had an interesting look. Bro, I've gone through every fucking frame. It's all just transitions.
Words are tempting, but the cost is too great. I would never risk my kingdom for such power.
They're re-originated, bro.
Mother,
Scouring.
who are you talking to?
Ghosts, dearest. As always, they are my ready counsel.
I'm
So
not
does she
sorry.
not have advisors and a council or anything to like? She said she's talking to ghosts. As always, they are my ready counsel. The fuck does she mean by that? She talks to ghosts more often than not, bro. Not the first time, and it more than Xalatath. The fuck does that mean?
Counsel.
I'm not sorry for what I said.
Speaking with ghosts, talking to the Loa?
Fleeting. What we must do now.
The fuck is that thing on the wall?
Endure.
Looks like an old
Your
god.
time will come, child, but only when you are ready. What have you done?
You're not the only one seeing ghosts, Mother.
How sad to have a queen so wise and yet so ignorant to the
Look at her nose before/after Zal. She doesn't have a nose. She does after? What do you mean? Oh. 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 Wow, I'm fucking blind as a bat, bro. Holy shit. Yeah, bro, she has a fucking she got a nose job, bro. Okay, it's revealed, bro. Old God's secret power is plastic surgery, dude. Woo!
Is Xalatath
That's crazy. Rhinoplasty, bro.
chance, Mother? With this,
Yeah, that is significantly more humanoid. Yeah, that's significantly more humanoid. That's, you know, it's some of this action, you know? But she already looked like that. Chat, there's no way that you become, it's order, bro. I don't care what anyone, I don't know. I don't care what anyone says. It's got to be order. There's no way. There's no way. It's order. It's order. It has to be. There's no way that they're starting to look more elvish and stuff. There's no. There's like order in the old god bloods or something.
power, Ashkahet is unbound.
Remember fucking Black Blood of Yasharaj? Black Blood of Yasharaj. Remember, it's this thing. And when you proc it, it says your attacks have a chance to trigger Wrath of the Dark Spear for 10 seconds. While Wrath of the Dark Spear is active, every second you gain 25 intellect. Wrath of the Darkspear coming from the black blood of Yasharaj. So trolls, Darkspear, troll. Which, you know, have pretty strong suggestive ties to trolls, or Nerubians. Right? Look at that, then you look at like a Nerubian. Well, there's lots of kinds of Nerubians, I guess, but mandibles and shit. And then you got elves off of that. And then you got this new troll Nerubian lady WoW cinematic. I don't know what to call her, and I'm not going to be able to find it because troll people aren't associating her with Nerubians for some reason. I don't know if I'm going to be able to find it, but well, War Within. So it would go something more like that. Maybe. Oh, you could even say it's a degeneration. That'd be fucked. Then you go here. No, because Nerubian would come off on this side. It'd be like that, and then Queen Ansurek. And then you have that. So you have that, then that, then that. I feel like this could be a derivative or an offshoot. It doesn't have to go. And then it can go there and there. Oh, the Night Elf. Night Elf. Wow. Not WoW Classic. Get the fuck out of my face. Throw that in there somewhere. Trolls have to come at some point, right? So you go. And, I don't know. Notice how the weird troll has the beginning of those crazy eyebrows elves have? Because it's obviously a hybrid race in transition. Yeah. You also notice how it has spider spines all over its back? And shares similarities to Nerubians and has bat ears and shit too? Yup. It's not like new speculation that elves came from trolls. It's like a thing. Right, so.
We will rise. We will conquer. And together, we will finally claim our destiny.
Long live Queen Ansurek.
It's Norganon and Eonar, bro. Norganon is Xalatath, who manipulated Eonar into murdering and overthrowing her mother for the throne. Classic usurper goddess. Xaxxas dropped the short video on this part if you want to watch it. Yes.
Could Xalatath actually be a darkened Naru and not an old god?
Sure, potentially.
Welcome, heroes, to a quick review and breakdown of the new official War Within animatic titled Threads of Destiny, and see what clues might present themselves to this alternative theory. Beginning in Ashgahet, we hear the narration from the Nerubian queen, Ansurek, recalling the history of her mother's reign. Here, we see an emissary of the Black Empire attempting to persuade the Nerubians into joining the battle for Azeroth in patch 8.3. After, the soon-to-be deceased queen, Neferet, approaches a vast mural depicting a scene of old god sacrifice. Looming above, a diamond-shaped object that resembles perhaps the crystal in Hallowfall shines down and is caressed by the large...
Yeah, I think that's the best interpretation of what that thing is. Especially considering that we like seen it and the rays of light kind of coming off of it. I think that that's the best interpretation of what the fuck this thing is it's probably the crystal in Hollowfall. I could fuck with that. And maybe through the light and or void energies. Ooh, that would be interesting. If like the old god could utilize the light or void energies from it for like conversion or growth or stasis or whatever. Ooh, that'd be interesting. And then that makes more sense metaphorically why Xalatath would come out of that, because depending on what's in that crystal, which it could be a Naru, it could be a void god, it could be a something between. I don't know what's in there. So, I don't know.
Old god being. Who is this mysterious?
The Titans seemed capable of manipulating things other than just order magic, of course, but they often mix it with order magic.
Old god.
Order magic is very subtle a lot of the time. You can subtly work it into other things to the point where like those being affected by it are none the wiser. It's very subtle manipulation. And so that's the thing. By the way, in this one would. I mean, do you see, bro, she's obviously stopping time. This woman is shaped like an hourglass. I mean, do you see this shit? God damn, look at those hips, bro. Damn! God damn! Respectfully, of course. Respectfully.
Could use this as evidence for the Xalatath equals the fifth old god theory. Let's consider an alternative. Continuing, the Queen Neferet suddenly sees a cosmic void portal open from the center of the hovering crystal in the mural. And I think that this could lend evidence to an interesting idea about Xalatath's true nature.
Yeah, and it could be hinted at through Illyria, because it's already being hinted, it has been since Legion, that Illyria could have like a unique or similar fate. I wonder, obviously the Illyria Xalatath dichotomy is going on here. And what did Illyria absorb? She absorbed the fucking dark heart of a fucking Naru Lura. And now she's the closest thing to Xalatath that we know. So it's like maybe that's a hint at the nature of Xalatath. If Illyria has somehow maybe assumed a form kind of similar, and it was through absorbing a Dark Naru, then maybe Xaxxas is onto something here where perhaps the actual identity of Xalatath as a hyper-ancient being is actually a really corrupted, void, former Naru or something like that. I could see it thematically how they could maybe tie that together.
What if Xalatath is not the old god depicted here, but just like this animatic shows, she was a being ejected from the Hallowfall crystal, which many and myself tend to believe might be a Naru ship crashed on Azeroth. Perhaps similar to how Kur, the Dark Star of Draenor, was ejected from the Genadar during the Draenei's arrival to the planet, maybe Xalatath...
Okay, we're gonna have to go over some of these pronunciations, Xaxxas. God, I'm the one that gets mad when people correct my pronunciation, but it is Genadar.
On Azeroth. Perhaps similar to how Kur, the Dark Star of Draenor...
Kure. And... Oh, shit.
Draenor was ejected from the Genadar during the Draenei's arrival to the planet. Maybe Xalatath
Genadar makes sense because Genesis.
Was ejected from the crystal in Hallowfall upon arrival to Azeroth eons ago. As the animatic continues, Xalatath claims that the Queen has heard her voice from within her dreams. And I think that this is very similar to how the Naru are said to have communed with the original Arathi humans of the Eastern Kingdoms.
After the Troll Wars, a number of human priests began having faint visions and dreams of angelic beings, geometric forms that thrummed with living light. Although they did not know it, the priests had actually communed with the Naru in the great dark beyond. Through this connection, the Naru guided the hearts of some humans and introduced them to the holy light, which is so sketchy. From their tenuous encounters with the Naru, the priests learned to harness the extraordinary healing effects of the light. They also formed a religious movement founded on the tenets of justice, peace, and altruistic works. Popular among common folk, this movement flourished. Geometry, logic, ordered. I mean, Zira, one of the prime Naru, says she was among the first of the Naru to be ordered, to be forged there during the great ordering of the cosmos. So I think it's pretty heavily implied that, like, the Titans could have made the Naru. So, guys, there's sufficient evidence to suggest that the Titans have made the Naru, the old gods, among other things, and that what we know as the first ones who allegedly created the Naru and created the old gods and created the Eternals and the Titans might not. The first ones, dude, I love the theory that the first ones is just the Titans trying to fucking conceal what they've done. I think that's such a cool idea, because then I can make so much sense out of what's happened with the other forces. It's so much better. I hate the first ones thing, to be honest. Recoded them in C++, that's right.
Xalatath's appearance throughout this animatic is very Cosmic Void aligned, and I'd say that her two iconic blue spheres that we've seen orbiting her mantle are pretty reminiscent of giant eyes, kind of like the circular emptiness we see in the eyes of the Dark Naru model from Argus. The shape of her cape and the radial imprint designs upon her robes is familiar to both Naru segments and the Halafal Arathi banners depicting their sacred flame. In this animatic, she refers to herself as the harbinger of the empire that was. And we could possibly take this line as a hint that she herself was not a part of that empire. Tragically, Ansarek murders her mother and assumes the role of queen, taking Xalatath's offer for power to join her forces. The way Xalatath speaks to the queen in her dreams and then rallies an army of warriors at her cause is not all too different from the very methods we've seen employed by light Naru like Zera.
And the Burning Legion, to be fair.
The animatic concludes with an intimidating shot of Xalatath looming over the Nerubian army, as Ansarek exclaims that they will finally claim their destiny. So while there's a lot pointing towards Xalatath being the mysterious fifth old god,
I don't know if I even agree with that. I don't know if there is a lot pointing to that. I don't really feel that way. I agree with what Xaxxas is saying about his idea here. I think the Naru thing is a really good idea. But I don't even get why people think she would be this old god at this point. It doesn't seem like that to me.
Old god who is bound in the blade of the black.
Xalatath being the opposite of Zera.
Pyro.
Yo, Rex, thanks, bro. Edorius, thank you for the Prime for 4 months as well. Yeah, and so remember my old theory about where the Naru came from?
Empire. Here are
one of my older ones.
Wars, we like to consider the alternative angles.
We're talking about threads of destiny here.
You enjoyed this shorter review and quicker speculation episode as something new. Thank you for tuning in, and keep an eye out for an incoming video.
Good video.
That we've been
Nice and short one.
Just might shed more light on this whole Xalatath old god mystery.
Good video. Nice and short and sweet.